So, President, thank you for hosting us here in Trump Tower.
Thank you.
President, you met Polish Americans today.
I did.
What's your message to the Polish voters in the U.S. election?
Well, I love the Polish people. As you know, I was in Warsaw and made a speech, and the relationship with Polish people has just been extraordinary, and I hope they get out and vote for me, because the other side does not like the Polish people. They don't like religion. They don't like anything. I think they're sort of crazy, to be honest with you, and I hope the Polish people can get out and vote for somebody that shares their values about things on religion and on life and on work and work ethic. I should get most of the Polish vote. I hope I get all of it.
Mr. President, Kamala Harris suggested the other day that you may be abandoning Polish people in the future. How would you comment on that based on the decisions you made as a president, which were pro-Polish? You sold modern weapons to Polish military. You deployed U.S. troops to Poland. You supported Three Seas Initiative, and you stopped effectively Nord Stream 2. What's your comment on Kamala Harris' claims?
Well, there's nobody that's ever done more for the Polish people than I have. And as you know, she's a liar. What they do is they go into a community, and whatever the community is, oh, Trump doesn't like you, Trump doesn't like you. And the people, the Polish people love me, and I love the Polish people. No president has done more for the Polish people. I mean, here's a woman that said she worked at McDonald's and she didn't work at McDonald's. Just a little thing. It's not, doesn't sound like a big thing, but it is, because it was a big part of her resume that she worked at McDonald's, and it turned out to be a total lie. She's lied about almost everything. She's a low IQ person, very low IQ. I believe that if we gave her an IQ test right now, she would get a very low score. And that's the way they fight. And it's probably other people telling her what to say, because she doesn't even do interviews.
Mr. President, your message is also a message, drill, baby, drill, and this is something very important for Central Europe. What's the effect of opening the shale gas export on American economy on one side, and on the other hand, what is the influence of this decision on the geopolitical issues? Russia is building its blackmail on the energy market. U.S. being a main supplier of energy sources destroys this Russian geopolitical position.
So as you know, I closed Nord Stream 2. I closed it. It was done. And when Biden came in, he immediately let them build it. But it was done. It was never going to be built. And I had it absolutely closed with Putin. It was done. And they opened it, and they gave Russia all this money to go fight wars with, do whatever they want with. We have to drill, baby, drill. It's an expression they use. I think it's very good. It's very informative. It says what it is. It's drilling. We're going to drill for oil. We're going to cut people's energy prices within a 12-month period from January 20th by half, 50%, 50. They're going to get a reduction in their energy prices for cars and air conditioners and heaters. Every form of energy is going to be cut 50%, all of their energy bills totaled. And nobody else would be able to do that. And I'm going to do it easily. If I can do it, I'm going to do more than that. And I think it's a very big thing. It's a big part of my platforms. I have a lot of platforms that help the Polish people. But there's no president that's been better to the Polish people, and that includes with Russia. Look, we wouldn't have a war right now if I were president. This was done because we have incompetent leadership in the United States. There was no way that war with Ukraine would be happening. And that threatens Poland, because as the expression goes, you're next. And you can't have that. There would have been no next. There would never have been a war. Millions of people would be living today, and Ukraine would be Ukraine. You'd have the buildings, those beautiful gold domes and everything else. They'd be standing instead of laying broken, flattened, and on their sides, and knocked down. Every city practically is knocked down to the ground. What a shame. And it's really bad leadership, because if I were president, that never would have happened. You understand that. Really, everyone understands it. The other day, there was a Democrat congressman on one of the shows. He said, well, I would agree that if Trump were president, Putin wouldn't have done it, and he wouldn't have done it. Not even a chance.
So Polish President Andrzej Duda claims that NATO member states should at least allocate 3% of their GDP to military. You are a supporter of an alliance between Poland and the USA. What's your comment on that?
Well, first of all, Duda's a very good man, great guy. He's a friend of mine. He was up to have dinner with me a very short while ago. We had dinner right here. And just a very exceptional guy. And he's right. I think it should be 3%. You could even say 4% rather than 3%. They're getting the bargain of the century at 2%. And many of them don't even pay the 2%. Now, of course, now they will because there's a war going on. But I would tell you, when I came in, there were only 8 countries that would pay, and the rest weren't. And the United States was footing the bill. I said, you got to pay. And once I said it, they all paid. They paid. That's why NATO's still around. If I weren't here, NATO wouldn't be here right now. So it's very important for Poland, and a lot of things are important for Poland, and I'm going to take care of the Polish people. Always have. I made that speech in Warsaw, and people still talk about the speech, and I loved it, and it was, had a big impact. I don't want to say this braggadociously, but they said it was the greatest speech ever made by an American president in Europe, anywhere in Europe. And that's an honor because some good speeches have been made. But there was a chemistry that I had with the Polish people that was amazing. That's why I think people really did like that speech.
My final question, Mr. President, you are a hope for conservatives all over the world because of the madness of gender policy, identity policy. What's your message to the people all around the world who doesn't support men competing in women's sports?
Well, that's an example. Or a gender ideology, what their gender ideology, if somebody wants, how about when your child leaves you, a young boy leaves your house, comes home, a girl, and you don't have, the parents don't have anything to say about it. This is these maniacs that I'm running against. I would say one thing very simply, vote for Trump. If you vote for Trump, it's all going to disappear. We're going to be back to normal. We're going to be back to what it should be. We're going to be back to what God wanted, but we're going to be back to what everybody wants. We're going to be back to common sense because we don't have common sense. These people are crazy. They're horrible. She's a horrible candidate. She shouldn't be a candidate because, frankly, Biden won. And he won in the primary. She got no votes. She got 14 million votes. They took it away just like it was a coup. They took it away from him like you take candy from a baby. And all of a sudden he's out there. He won the nomination and they took it away. And they put this Marxist in there. And she's starting to hit really badly now because if you looked at the polls over the last 3 weeks, I'm going up very rapidly and leading. I'm leading in every swing state. I'm leading all over. They cheat like hell in the elections. That's why, without cheating, I wouldn't even have to campaign. But they cheat in elections, and they cheat badly. People don't like to talk about it, but that's the way it is, and we have to stop the cheating.
Mr. President, thank you very much for visiting Telewizja Republika and for hosting us here in Toronto.
It's a great, really great honor. I'd like to say hello to the Polish people. Thank you.